What's going on? It's your boy got by 2009. I got another good video for y'all today. So um, I got we're gonna talk about whether the Scorpio will ever change or evolve, whichever one you involved with in particular. And I have a couple of topics I want to do for y'all today, but I'm gonna wait for everybody to get in the chat room like I always do, and just give me a couple minutes to set up. Just give me a few. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Also. I'm just setting up everybody for anybody just came in the chat room. Please like as you enter. Make this one a really good, interesting topic. So y'all just give me a second. I'm just setting everything up. And for you that's not really familiar, if anybody wanna donate or whatever, show me love or whatever, that little dollar sign icon at the bottom of the chat room is my the little thing where you can donate. Some people rather use it rather than use PayPal. So if you rather use that, then it's right at the bottom of the screen. And you got to do it while we on chat because it's not going to work while we when the video is over. It's not going to work. So you have to do it while we on the chat room. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I hope everybody had just like I said, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Hey Nikki, Marie, hey Nina Moore, hey Sheena, Samuel, hey Julia, thank you. Yeah, I just want to get into will my Scorpio ever change or evolve? Because a lot of people get this misconstrued a lot of times, and they just don't understand, what's going on, why certain things are happening. Will it ever, change? Will things, you know, progress as time moves forward? Because don't nobody want to stay, be with the same person that's stagnant or stuck in their ways, stubborn and not willing to change. So I just want to get into this. You know, for first off, I like to start off as me as a Scorpio. As a Scorpio man, it took me a lot to evolve to this point. It took me a whole lot to evolve to this point. To the point I'm more diplomatic. I'm willing to deal with different types of people. I'm willing to, you know, think before I react to certain things. I'm willing to be more forgiving. I'm willing to, I'm able to be more mixed with people a lot more. I'm able to be more sociable. I'm able to be a lot more patient. Just dealing with things and people, and I'm just learning. I'm learning. I see a lot of people coming in. Just make sure you like as you enter the chat room, please. And like I said, if you want to donate, the icon is at the bottom of the screen. Um, a lot of people don't realize, the upbringing and how you raise, like the upbringing and how Scorpio is raised, and the way we are raised. It plays a key role in the way the Scorpio turns out. It plays a key role into what your Scorpio man or female is going to act like because you don't know how they were raised by their mother, were they raised in a single mother home, were they raised by both parents, were they parents military, were they strict, were they lawless? All this plays a key part into a Scorpio because Scorpio, you got to understand, Scorpio is one of the most as a youth, as a kid, we the most absorbent when it comes to energies and things. As far as older elders and parents and things of that nature, we soak up stuff like sponges at an early age, whether it's adult or whether it's immature stuff. Like we soak stuff in like a sponge, and at times it can get us in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? But this plays a vary in how your Scorpio ends up. Not only does the upbringing play a key role, it plays a key role in the way that Scorpios deal with relationships and view life because my upbringing, was very was it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was very wild, but at the same time, it gave me I had the sense enough to realize that I didn't want to take it to the certain extent as my parents, and I wanted to do better, and I wanted to, have better views and better, certain circumstances and better relationships in my life. I didn't want to have a bunch of drama and a bunch of you know, just inconsistent people coming in and out of my life. Because you know, when you've been with a Scorpio, we get it's just like let me get further because I'm stepping ahead of myself. So y'all excuse me. You know, a lot of people, you know, frequently mention how Scorpios, you know, how we seem stuck in our ways, but and that's why I have to explain this. A lot of people say that Scorpios are stuck in their ways; they're not willing to change. But we are willing to change, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. But it's not a slow type of evolution. It's a very gradual. It's a very consistent evolution. It's not what you would expect. Um, and what I mean by that is like Scorpios mean always seem to be stereotyped as being, you know, being the bad guy, being the you know the a hole, being the Mr. Evil, being Mr. Dark, you know, holiday or whatever. That's not how we are exactly. We're a lot more. It varies, just like I said, it varies. You know, it varies in many different situations because you know a lot of Scorpio men seem to be stuck in certain situations where you know they're not really happy. They're not really honest to themselves. They're some of them are kind of weak. Some of them, you know, because I'm not gonna just put Scorpios on a light where we seem like Mr. Perfect all the time. I'm gonna be very honest. You know, certain Scorpios, you know, come off as being weak. Certain Scorpios have, you know, different personalities. Some of them can come off as too antisocial. Some of them can come off as being too cocky at times. You know, and this all plays a role in who the person is. You know, it all plays in the role of how people view you, how people view us as individuals, how you know much we're hated. And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say something right while I'm doing this. You know, I know it's particular people that be watching my stuff that don't ever comment. Don't think I don't realize some of you dudes be watching my stuff on the low key. I know you there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't ever comment or like my videos, but I know y'all back. I know y'all there. Don't think I don't know that. Don't think I'm oblivious to that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just say this. You know, hey, I know, you know, like I know, stay, keep it like it is. You know what I'm saying? This is for my supporters and for the people that want to hear me talk. This ain't for y'all haters. You know what I'm saying? This is for my real life supporters. Um, let me see. You know, there's all types of descriptions, you know, such as being, you know, it's all types of, you know, descriptions for Scorpios, you know, like being revengeful, being silent, being dark, being unforgiving, being these type of evil people that never really change. And a lot of times that come from, you know, being, you know, so-called scorned or being, having harsh experiences. And, you know, a lot of Scorpios, and they can vouch for me, a lot of Scorpios go through harsh experiences and like we go through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of just crazy experience of crazy, you know, things. And a lot of this stuff can make Scorpios revengeful, silent, and unforgiving. You know, a lot of the stuff that we go through as far as the people that we deal with, the people that we date, and the people that we grow up around, the neighborhoods we grew up around, how we experience and how we you know, just how we blended in, how we socialized, how, you know, our social circles were, our friends, all this plays in effect. Because certain experiences can make a Scorpio very revengeful, can make a Scorpio very bitter, can make a Scorpio come off as being very mean, very blunt, very unyielding, and unwilling to change. And that's not how we are. That's not how we are at all. Make sure I say hey to everybody. I am Queen. I am the Queen online. If the Scorpio man keeps contacting me, what that does that mean? He like me? Of course, because Scorpio, we're not going to waste our time with anybody that we don't want to deal with. We're not that type of person. You know, some people will try to mix and pretend they like a person just because they want something in particular. We don't even do that. We don't like you. We can't stand you enough to even want something from you. Even if you had $1 million, we're not going to waste our time because we can't stomach and pretend that long. Even if we wanted to pretend to get that $1 million and be friends with you, it will show because we're not able to have it. We're not able to have it at all. Hey, what's up, Scorpio thing? What's up, bro? Um, because at times I used to have a more negative outlook towards life, towards people I was dealing with, towards how I dealt with people. I used to have a lot more of a vicious kind of a edge to me, and I had a lot of impatience. I was a lot more reluctant to deal with a lot of people. A lot of Scorpio men are very reluctant to deal with a lot of people because of the things I experienced, because the things I realized, how people treat you, how people treat each other, how people do you, how things operate in life, and how people do things to manipulate you, whether it's emotional manipulation. And a lot of people take manipulation for being somewhat of like a mental. You can emotionally. It's not always mental. You can emotionally manipulate somebody by pretending to be angry, pretending to be the victim, playing the victim role in order to manipulate people to feel sorry for you, in order to make the Scorpio feel bad about something they did, even though logically we're not wrong at all. A lot of people will emotionally play on that, and a lot of times that made me really think twice before I dealt with people. It made me really reluctant because I seen how so many things were twisted around, not just around people I didn't know. This is where people that were supposed to be my friends, people that were supposed to be real close to me, relatives and things of that nature. But I had to wise up because I realized that blood is not always thicker than water. I had to realize it's a spiritual thing. It's not just a blood, skin color, none of that stuff. It's a spiritual thing. If I'm spiritually connected with somebody, I'm gonna get along with them. But if we're spiritually, if we have a spiritual split between each other, we're not gonna get along. We can have everything in common, but if our morals and values and the things that play a key important role as far as our life and the way we look at things and the way we deal with things, you're not going to get along with that person. You can love that person to death, but you will have to love them from a distance, and that's what I had to realize I had to do because I realized, you know, is you can damn near kill yourself trying to play the nice guy role. People always try to tell you, it's all right, it's good to be nice and it's good to be forgiving. It's not, you can forgive, but that don't mean because you forgive somebody don't mean you gotta, go have a picnic with them the next day. And the Scorpio is not that type that's gonna do that. And a lot of times that's how I perceive things. I was very edgy, almost kind of cruel to a certain extent the way I dealt with people because of harsh experiences and seeing the evil within people. Because one thing about Scorpio, we can see through the facades, we can see through the masquerades, we can see through the fake and phony through people. And it can make or break that Scorpio person, whether it's a Scorpio male or Scorpio female. It can make us extremely vicious. It make us extremely argumentative and like at a young age. This is more, I'm talking about the immature stage. I'm not talking about the evolved stage. I'm gonna get to that. But it made me to a point I didn't really want to deal with too many people, and that's why a lot of Scorpio men are really reluctant to open up their circles, are really reluctant to trust people, are really reluctant to join in any type of relationship, give any type of relationship advice or anything of that nature, because it becomes a burden. A lot of times we realize it becomes a burden because I realize a lot of times you can show all the love, you can show all the admiration, you can show all the respect, but once a person is around you for a certain amount of time, they get a level of comfort. They get a level of being too familiar. They get too familiar. Once you too nice to somebody or present yourself as being a certain way, you're gonna be perceived a certain way. Whether you be perceived as being wild or being intelligent or being soft spoken, And a lot of times, as I was younger, I would think, if I'm caring to people, if I show people a certain level of respect, it's going to automatically come, because that's what we're brainwashed and processed to learn that, things going to be okay, that everything's going to turn out okay. And, we live in this, big fantasy world. But I realize a lot of times, you know, it's all right to be respectful, but being nice is not always the way to go. Being nice is not going to get you very far. You have to be very honest and very truthful, and um, you got to be very passionate. You got to be very stern with people. You got to be very blunt at times. Because some people don't understand you having a realistic, logical conversation, trying to come to some type of mutual agreement, and a lot of times it can become a point where things get blown out of proportion because some people, the only language they understand is you cussing them out, you putting your knuckles across their head. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, what 50 Cent said, whooping your head with the steel, get the strap, whooping you, beat you in the head with the steel. That's the only language some people seem to understand. They don't understand, can you please stop doing that? That's very disturbing. Can you calm that banging down? Or can you please stop doing this? I would like to have a logical conversation with you, and we can come to a mutual agreement as adults. But instead of that, you're like, man, get the fuck out of here! If I smack you, some people just that's all they understand. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for being blunt, but that's all they understand. You're like, oh, I get it now. I'm in the damn way. I need to move. Oh, like some people just don't get it. They don't understand English. They can't take a hint. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that can make the Scorpio become revengeful, become mean because the experiences. Let me speak to y'all right quick. Hey, Just Jones. Hey, Michelle Streeter. Hey, Sapphire Black. Hey, No World. Make sure y'all y'all into the chat room, please. Hey, Tasha Herbert. Hey, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon. Hey, Felicia Edens. Hey, Dominique. Hey, Dominique, as usual, I'm good to see you. I'm gonna be honest, I'm working on my evolving ways, and a lot of people judge us, bro. I don't really care, but being judged by someone we love kind of hurts. And I want to talk to you right quick, bro. But me and you gonna talk behind the scenes. But I want to tell you this one thing, and this is my boy. He know who I'm talking to because he watching right now. In order for you to become more accepted and forget being accepted. It ain't about being accepted by a bunch of people or none of that. Trying to make a bunch of friends, fake friends, or none of that stuff. But in order for you to be more comfortable with your own life, you just got to learn to let that inner child, that inner innocence, you got to find that inner peace of mind because the life experiences, whether it's watching people get killed or watching tragedies or watching people die, it can take an emotional strain on your life. So if you don't learn to become at peace with that, it's going to either uplift you to higher heights or it's either going to destroy you completely as a Scorpio because we become a lot of Scorpios become overindulgent in depression, overindulgent in just extreme emotional behaviors, and you don't want to get sunk into a funk like that, man. Don't let yourself get sunk into a funk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nikki Marie. I don't know if I said something to you already. I'm sorry if I didn't say anything to you. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not losing my place. I got so much stuff here. Just like I said, does this is true. It's a true statement saying Scorpios are mean. They can be dark. They can be petty. They can be very blunt. They can be kind of evil at times. It all depends. It all varies on experience. It's not always the case. It varies on experience because if you don't, if a Scorpio had a more, a laid back That Scorpio is going to have a more laid back exterior. If that Scorpio had more of extreme violent background, coming up and growing up, that Scorpio is going to be more extreme to violence, more prone to violence, more prone to rage, more prone to, wrecking something. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the experience. It all starts with the foundation. It all starts with the foundation. I appreciate the honesty, brother. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, man, because I used to be in the same thing, man. Like I seen a lot of people. Unfortunately, I grew up in an environment where I seen a lot of, unfortunate things happen to a lot of people, and I seen how it was mentally taking a toll on the people I was growing up around. A lot of them, unfortunately, are incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the last of the few of us, and I'm not even in my 30s yet. So it's very sad. You know what I mean? It's very unfortunate, and by the grace of God, I was able to uplift. Be uplifted. Out of that extreme depression, out of that extreme, harsh environment. I was able to, you know, evolve. I was able to better myself. I was able to change. You know what I mean? I was able to change. Let me see. Me and my Scorpio man had a disagreement. We both have not contacted each other for about 9 days now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dominique. He's not gonna break. He's not gonna break that. Once they go into that silent mode, he's not gonna break that for a while. You will break before he breaks. I'm gonna tell you that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not gonna give in because it's a nice thing to do, or because it'll save his relationship. Not even because it'll save his relationship. If he don't feel like he was in the wrong, not even if he don't feel like he was in the wrong. If he don't, you know, feel like he's at fault at all. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be the type that's gonna come, be all apologetic. He'll come back around, but he's not gonna be, this super apologetic type of person. That's not a Scorpio. That's not really a Scorpio personality trait. But if we wrong, if we did wrong, that definitely. But if it's like that type of sorry where if you say sorry, it'll make things better. No, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like I'm in the wrong, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying nothing to you. I'm not apologizing. I'm not doing none of that. Just because we were processed to always be these soft, apologetic type of men. That's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I was raised on my principles and morals as a man first, to be a man first. That's how my father raised me. So I'm not going to soften up. I turn a leaf because I'm being damn near, pushed to do so. Nah, that he's not gonna be that type of person or individual. Um, Let me see. And I'm gonna say this one more time. I don't care if nobody get mad. The little dollar thing at the bottom of the chat room. If you want to donate, because some of y'all hate PayPal, you want to donate, hit that dollar thing, and that's where you can donate it. What they call it? I can't think of what they call it, but it's part of the super chat. So if you want to donate, show some love. It's on the bottom of the screen. I gotta make that known because you gotta do it while we on chat. So you can't do it after the chat because my friend Talib, she had asked me about that. You got to do it while we on chat. You can't do it after the chat. So if you want to donate something, you gotta do it while we chatting live. Um, okay. Some Scorpios haven't experienced enough, if at all, if at anything, period, as far as pain, depression, drama, and tragedies, in order to mature and go to the next level. In order for me to have to mature and to make it to be a stronger person, I had to go through all types of pain. I had to go through all types of, drama, as far as, losing people, as far as, getting rid of certain friends, as far as, leaving certain environments, having everything just completely reevaluated and completely changed. I had everything had to be pushed to another level, whether it was my spirit, my mindset, everything. I had to be pushed. Every barrier in my body had to be pushed to the next level. And a lot of Scorpios, unfortunately, not it's not always unfortunate. It's good to have a silver. This ain't nothing wrong with having a silver spoon, I guess sometimes. But unfortunately, as far as your spirit and your characteristics, it does play a key role because people that have more of a silver spoon upbringing and more of a raised with money and stuff. A lot of them don't have that same humility, and that's the same thing for a Scorpio. It's like if they haven't went through any experiences, if they haven't went through anything, if they haven't lived this life and to the fullest extent, then they're not going to be this mature person. They're not going to be this extraordinary, fun person to be around. They're not going to be this deeply, intellectual person. They're not going to be this um, evolved things. They're gonna still be stuck lingering, slithering on their belly in the lizard stage because they haven't evolved, they haven't grown, they haven't had nothing to make them, and they haven't been pushed in order to make them go to the next level. They haven't been pushed, they haven't been forced. Life hasn't pushed them in that direction yet. Let me see. Let's go in. Yeah, I got Aries moon and Sagittarius North Horizon. We always dive in deeper waters instead of the shallow end. That's how people end up broken. Yeah, definitely. Nina, what you slapping your head for, Nina more? But let me see. Give me a second. Get everything. Because a lot of people be telling me, you're so social and you're so outgoing and you're so intelligent. Why my Scorpio doing this? He like this and he don't like talking and he don't like doing this and he don't be doing none of that stuff. Certain things like you be doing. You gotta understand. I was like that at one point too. I was very quiet. I was very harsh and very stern. I didn't really want to do anything outside of the norm. I didn't really want to meet any new people. I'd be introduced to any new people. I was very unyielding when it came to my rage and my patience. I was very intolerant of a lot of stuff. I was very, very intolerant. I still battle with that, because one thing about me, I will cut a person off in a heartbeat. When it comes to just plain ignorance and disrespect, I don't have no tolerance when it comes to that. And a lot of people, they ask me, why is he not on that level? Why he doesn't, my Scorpio know how to deal with his rage. Why my Scorpio, is not, as understanding because he hasn't went through those things. He hasn't went through certain aspects in his life and certain experiences in order to make him mature. He hasn't been humbled yet. In this life, you can have all the sense and have all the ego, but things in this life will humble you. And as far as my personal life and how present myself in a productive manner, when you walk up to me and meet me in person, like I'm respectful. I'm humble, not because I got I'm scared or I don't want to make a scene. I'm not. It's because when I need to show my ego or when I need to get masculine, I can do that. But I know how to calm it down. Certain times you got to calm it down. Certain times you got to chill. Certain times you got to be more respectful. Certain times you got to listen as well as talk. It's a back and forth. It's a give and take type of thing. And I had to go through experiences. I had to go through trash. I had to go through everything, man. I went through a lot, man. With our homelessness, nights not knowing where your next meal coming from. Just a lot of stuff that humbled me. Even to this time, I'm trying to control how I articulate myself as far as using slanderous words and just being. I don't never want to be belligerent. I'm gonna always be passionate, but never belligerent. And never ignorant. I'm gonna always be passionate. I'm gonna always be blunt, and I'm gonna always be honest. You know what I'm saying? Um, I try not to use. I try to be more patient, have a lot more patience, even though I grew around a lot of situations that led me to not having as much patience, not having as much kindness. A lot of times, me and personally, I'm just talking about me personally, and I know a lot of Scorpios can relate. It's a lot of times I know I could have been nicer, I could have been more understanding, I could have been more just more forgiving, more loving at times. And I just don't want to come off as being this horrible, crazy wild man. If anybody feels like that, that's not who I am. I'm extremely passionate. When you meet me in person, I'm a very humble person. That's what a lot of people don't understand about Scorpio. We come off as, even on the outside, we come off as being a certain way, but on the inside, we're very humble. We're very much family people. We are. Hey, what's up, TK? Make sure you like the video, bro. Make sure y'all like the video, y'all in the chat room. You know, and like I said again, the dollar thing on the bottom of the chat room. If you want to show me some love, you got to do it while we on the chat because it's not going to work after the chat. So that little dollar icon at the bottom of the screen, that's the donation thing. I used to always fight, man. I used to have a lot of rage. I used to fight all the time. I feel so sorry for my mother at times because I used to have such an explosive rage. I was always in alternative schools because I was always getting kicked out for knocking some ignorant jerk upside his head. Because I was the type of individual that I would like to fight the bullies. Like I would like to beat up bullies. I used to beat up bullies and torture bullies because I felt like the nerd kids and the softer spoken kids, they're not bothering nobody. They're not messing with anybody. Like leave them the hell alone. Like get a life. I take my fist and just bust them inside the head. I just used to just have this explosive intolerance for ignorance and disrespect, whether it was a teacher or whatever. And that energy got me into a lot of trouble. But that's the same energy that made me stand up for what I believed in. It made me see things for what they were. It made me be more, I'm more. And I want to word this right. So y'all give me a second. I had more. I had more of a, what's that word for it when you had? I had more empathy for people. I had more love. It made me have more empathy for people that were weaker than me. I realized that I can protect people without having to go through extremes, without having to be a certain way because I was always good at my scholastics and I always made extremely good grades. That's why the school they could never understood. They like man, I want to keep you in, but you keep getting in so much trouble. Your grades are excellent, but you just get in so much trouble and it's hurting you, man. But it was just my experiences and my upbringing made me have a certain view towards life. And I can't think of his brother's name right now, but he said perfectly, like as we born into this world, we are programmed and processed into a certain way of thinking, a certain way of acting, a certain way of viewing things, our moral fibers, our spiritual fiber, our mental state of mind. This is all programmed. We all programmed at an early age. And as we start to grow and we start to mature, I had, as Scorpio man, we have to almost detox. Have you ever seen the movie Exorcist? It's almost like we have to exorcise these demons out of our spirit because it's something. That's what they are. That's exactly what they are. It's like these things are given to us, whether it's from our mother's past or our father's past. These things can haunt our life. Their past can haunt our life. Let's not be naive to that fact. Your parents' life and their past life can haunt your life like a dark shadow. The things that happened in the past can haunt your life like a dark shadow. So I had to detox all this negative energy out. It took a couple of years just to get on the right track, just to get on a solid foundation. And that's how a lot of Scorpios are. We have to damn near detox all these evil, thoughts and the stuff that we were programmed to do because where I come from, it was just kill, I'll be killed. You know, I'm gonna hit you up before you hit me up first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smash you before you come, before you can even get a scratch off me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really get rid of that negative, you know, demonic energy. I had to really. It took me a long time. I had to do a lot of fasting, a lot of praying, and that's what things that you have to do and encourage your Scorpio man to do in order to get the best out of him, because you got to understand this is a very extreme man. This is a very passionate man. So you got to understand this. I'm gonna read y'all statements too. Y'all just give me a chance. Uh, I used to fight in elementary school all the time. Then I got middle school, and my mom said I had to be a lady now. I wish it was that easy, Jess Jones. My mom, my dad, anybody, they could have put the nail it in my head. I would pull it out and throw it at my enemy. I just didn't. I was not trying to hear it at the time, and you know, by the prayers, you know, I was able to be, what's the word for it? I was preserved. I was, you know, I was shielded. I was spiritually shielded from my fate. What was supposed to be my fate? You know, it wasn't my destiny, but as far as, you know, logical terms, you know, they wouldn't have, you know, if anything would have happened to me, if I would have got killed at a young age during my teenager years, went to prison, you know, they wouldn't. I would have had every excuse. They would have. Nobody wouldn't have blinked. Nobody that I was raised around would have really blinked. They'd have been like, oh, you know, how long is it this time? You know, that's because that's how I was at one point. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get to the good stuff. Hold on, because I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished for real. But I got some good stuff. I wanna key points. I wanna hit. These last couple points are good. My harsh real life, you know, experiences, it molded me as a man and as a Scorpio over time. You know, just as a man, my life experiences, it molded me as a man. It made me this extremely understanding person. It made me have a lot more patience. It made me realize that, you know, life is no joke. It made me realize I have to be extreme to a certain extent. But at times I have to be more patient as a certain extent. You know, sometimes I have to cut stuff off. Sometimes I got to forgive and let things go. You know, I just had to really be molded by that. And just like I said, if your Scorpio is just a, you know, a mama's boy that always been living in the basement all his life and never worked a job, never had a fist fight, never had a relationship, never had any achievements, never went through anything, then you're gonna have a low level Scorpio. You're gonna have a very resentful Scorpio. And I'm gonna say resentful because he's resentful because the mistakes he made in his life, because how stagnant and unproductive he was as a man, as a Scorpio man, you know, and this can mold your Scorpio to what he's going to be, whether it's abusive, whether it's loving, whether it's whatever, you know, it plays a key part of how he's molded. Hey Karina, hey Dead Truth, what's up, man? What's up, Dead Truth? The Rollo Show, yo, what's up? In my opinion, let me see, Sapphire Black. I see a lot of y'all got a lot of stuff. Y'all be busy in that chat room, man. Hold on. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mr. TK. Happy birthday. Let me see. Another bodyguard for the team. Yeah, I used to, you know, and it takes a lot of time. A lot of Scorpios that are, you know, trying to grow, they can vouch for me. You know, I used to be really heavy into the, you know, the balance. Like if I could understand, if I could make my spirit man clear in a cartoon or some type of, you know, character, I would say my when I was young, my spirit character was the Punisher. Anybody remember the cartoon, the Punisher, the comic book with the dude with all the guns and all that stuff? That was me. Like I was a wild, crazy kid. I was the kid the kids didn't let they parents didn't let them play with me because I was that crazy wild kid. Like, and it wasn't because I was, doing things out the ordinary, but I was doing things ahead of my time. I was, 13. I was that 13-year-old kid hanging with 30-year-old, 40-year-old men. I mean, driving them around, driving cars at 13 years old. I was doing stuff like that. I was really crazy. I would keep some on my hip. I would keep some on my ankle, and I'll keep some strapped on a strap under my shirt. What I'm saying? I was a little paranoid. I had extreme paranoia at the time, and I could get loose, you know. And a lot of Scorpios are like that. A lot of Scorpios are very untamed. A lot of them are very unforgiving. A lot of them are very reluctant to really deal with a lot of people because that's gonna be another video. My next video is gonna be about how antisocial are Scorpios, Mr. Antisocial. Are they really Mr. Antisocial? And I'm gonna go into detail about that. Um, the loss of my dear loved ones, they have a deep effect and they have a deep insight on, the truth. And it made me, realize the reality, in its full light. The death and tragedies of my family members, friends, people I grew up with. It made me start realizing the realization of life. It made me start looking deeper into things. It made me start being more intellectual. It made me start realizing a lot of stuff that we are bred to do and taught to do is ignorant. A lot of stuff that we were taught in school is wrong. A lot of stuff that we see every day is wrong. I had to really, but it took tragedies, man. It took a lot of pain in order to mold me. It's just like a fire. That pain is almost like a fire, and your life is, and you are like a piece of clay, man. And that pain and that tragedies and all that stuff is like that fire. It's like being in that oven. It's like molding you. It's molding you. But if you never been in that fire, then how you supposed to be molded? It's gonna stay the same, right? You can't remold a sculpture that's not being put under heat, right? It's the same thing. So I had to go through hell in order to, just like they say, it's everybody say that I go to hell in order to see heaven. It's just like that. I went to hell in order to see heaven. So that's how it is with the Scorpio. You have to go through pain with your Scorpio in order to see the rewards, in order to see the wonderful characteristics of that man. I'm not antisocial. I'm just careful who I entertain. We have a sense of a person's intentions before they do. We too psychic for the bullshit. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. There, true. Like we're not really we're social with the people that we trust and that we have, because we have one thing about Scorpios, we have very extremely good discernment, and you can't pull a wool over our eyes. You can't fake with us. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake love. Only you can't pretend that long. You have to be serious when it comes to this thing. Y'all need to sit. It seems to attract many clever, high-spirited individuals. It seems you attract so many. Oh yeah, just like you said, you are who you attract. If you attract a bunch of low-level, you know, crazy people, that I know I have my wacky side, but at the same time, I've been able to meet so many passionate, so many gifted, talented, people, and that says a lot about them, and it says a lot about me because the people that you drawn to is what you are. Like you see certain people do lives, their lives full of ignorant people, full of dumb dumbs that don't know nothing, can't really abbreviate what they're saying, they can't make a coherent sentence. They talking about this and that. They're not really paying attention to what the live is talking about. I don't want to attract those type of people. I want to attract intellectuals. I want to attract, people that's going to change the future, people that's trying to make a change, people that want to do better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to attract. I don't want to attract that low vibrational, low, it can kill you, man. That energy can kill you, man, because it's exhausting and it's irritating. So we got to be careful who we share our energy with. Let me see. And people are quick to say we don't let them in. They think shit can just be given to them in our hearts are earned with respect and honesty. Definitely, definitely. We don't just give anything to anybody. You're right about that. I've seen a couple of things. My boy Rollo, what's up, Miles? Yeah, thanks for coming in, the Rollo Show once again, man. Um, you are getting too emotional. You are getting too emotional while talking. I got to be. I got to be passionate. I got to be passionate because if I would just be like, the Scorpio and the moon, let me go to Pluto. The Pluto in November is that shit is fucking boring. That's why I keep it straight to the point. I keep it straight facts. I'm not doing all that extra planet stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I give you a full description. I give you more than that. I'm gonna give you a full description. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a full description. He said, I hate when people say emotional. Nah, it's passion. Yeah, that's right, Judge Jones. I'm passionate here. Come on, give me a break. Do you want me to be boring? You know, um, I was humbled through many experiences. Just like I said earlier, I was humbled through many experiences. And it made me grow as far as, and it started with prayer, perseverance, and through trial and error. Basically, that's what humbled me. Trial and error, you know, crazy. That's what molded me. The prayers, my perseverance, trial and error, all those things played a key role in my evolution into the Phoenix stage. And so if you don't have that trial and error, if you're not willing to make mistakes, if you're not willing to, test the water, so to say, in order to better yourself, it's not going to get any better and you're not going to grow at all. You're not going to grow whatsoever. Many undeveloped, immature Scorpios, are like that because life hasn't thrown them. A lot of Scorpios are immature because life hasn't thrown them that heavy curveball yet. Life hasn't been cruel to them. They haven't went through harsh life experiences yet, so they haven't been through anything yet. So they haven't been humbled. And trust me, that day is going to come where you're going to be humble, where you're going to be more forgiving, where you're going to listen. It's going to happen one way or another. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what color, nationality, or any of that. Life is going to, if you're not humble, life is going to throw a curveball at you so hard, it's going to humble you. It's either going to take you out or it's going to humble you. And I can put that on everything. It's going to humble you. I guarantee that. You think you Mr. Know-it-all? You think it? I speak what I know, but I'm always willing to learn. I listen to a lot of brothers. I listen to a lot of sisters. I'm always willing to learn. I always want to learn. That's why I like to interact with people. That's why I love doing this because people can understand me from a more deeper aspect, and I get to be around like-minded people because the people just be real. Like the people on your Facebook and on your, they not gonna be really interested and push you towards another level. Those people are not on the same spiritual level as you are. You know what I mean? They're in 3D land. They're in the maze of the matrix. So they're not going to see reality for what it is. They don't. They worried about what sneakers Busta Rhymes is wearing tomorrow. They worry about what the Kardashians are doing. They worry about what happened on Power. The last episode that they missed. Like, no, Scorpio, we're thinking about what's going to happen in the future. What happened in the past? How can I change in order to improve the future? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with my present situation? How can I become better? How can I become physically stronger? How can I become healthier? How can I become more intelligent? How can I become more perseverant? Those are the things that make an individual a man. Not none of that entertainment and none of that crazy crap that really has no substance. It really doesn't have any type of relevance towards a man to me or Scorpio individual. We don't play those type of games. We are dead on the money. We don't want to hear about this and that. We only want to see the truth for what it is. Scorpios have hidden enemies. They hate that we think like social. Yeah, like a lot of people hate us just off the fact that we move in our own thing. We doing our own thing. I'm not, you cool dude. I ain't sweating you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do like my like going up to like the NYC. Like I'm cool, dude. Like it is what it is, dude. Do you? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I'm not. We're not the type that's gonna be sweating you or acting all, doing this extra stuff. We're very comfortable in our own skin. We very grounded in our foundation. That's why a lot of people can't move us. Like we can't be persuaded. That's why a lot of people say we are stubborn, that we are unyielding because we have a foundation. We stand our own 2 feet. We don't need a whole enormous crowd in order to be a strong or be a relevant masculine individual. I stand on my own, and because I came here on my own, and I'm gonna leave here alone. So you have to have that same mindset. You have to have that same mindset. Let me see. You better believe that they show, but by action, by gazing, I guess. Okay, and many undeveloped, immature Scorpios are like, they have to go through things. They have to go through life. They have to experience this life. They have to suffer. They have to lose things in order to gain, in order to become better. You have to lose. You have to go through things. You have to face those tragedies. You have to go through those hard times. You have to go through that. That bump in the road. Because if you don't go through that bump in the road, then you'll never know how strong you are. If you don't know, if you haven't been through anything. And before I leave, I'm gonna say this one time before I make my last 2 points. I'm gonna leave after I do the video. I'm gonna still leave my PayPal link. Anybody that want to email me, I'm gonna leave my email and my Yahoo, my Gmail. And anybody want to donate me before I end this chat, the dollar thing is at the bottom. And even if you can't do it today, I want y'all to be aware of it. That's why I'm kind of stressing on it because a lot of people don't know it. It's the little box with the dollar sign at the bottom. Like if ever you want to donate that way, you can do it like that while we doing the chat. Either you can donate to my PayPal, and I'll leave that in the description. I got a lot of good stuff for y'all because, like y'all know, I take my time. I don't really like to rush stuff because when you rush, it doesn't really come out right. It's like trying to, like me creating these videos, like trying to bake a cake. I can't rush a cake because it ain't gonna taste right. I got to put the right ingredients in it. I got to time myself. I got to, make sure everything is right. So I take my time. I don't really take time. I really don't at all. I really don't take no time. But I be going at breakneck speed because just like I said, it's because of my experiences. Because I realize life is an extremely short journey. So I have a certain intensity. I have a certain passion. I have a certain endurance because that's that Scorpio thing. We have that extreme passion. Oh yeah, let me get to that part. Y'all give me a second. I'm just writing in my stuff in the description. And thank you for hold on, let me see who I have to say thank you. Thank you so much, Sapphire Black, for donating. I appreciate that. Let me see. Yeah, you're always a good loyal friend. I appreciate that, Sapphire Black. Big shout out to Sapphire Black. That's my you might want to reach me, and that's my other link if anybody else want to donate. But the best way for the Scorpio man to change and grow is to find a positive outlet. This is my personal opinion, is to find a positive outlet where we can, pour out this extreme passionate energy, our rage, our disgust with things, our sadness, our depression, all this stuff. As long as we find a positive outlet is what we can to pour ourselves into. Hey, thank you, May Rain. I appreciate that. You know, we need, as long as you find a positive outlet, find something positive to do, brother, sister. Find something positive, whether it's, go painting, go write, whether you're going through something, write about it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like nobody's going to listen to you, write about it. Talk, throw it up in the air. Think about it. Reevaluate it. Go, if you got a couple of dollars, go hit the studio. You never know what can happen. Make a video. A lot of these young cats are making videos with the music. It's because it's so independent now. You can just make a video and upload it on YouTube now. You can and blow up overnight. You never know. It's all about how you perceive and how you believe in yourself. Go to the gym, hit the weights. Go shoot some hoops. Play sports. Go do public speaking. Anything to pour all this extreme energy. Because one thing you got to understand about Scorpio, we have extreme, obsessive, passionate energy, and it has to be exercised. Because if you don't exercise that energy, it can literally destroy you. As an individual, as a man. So you have to really, really be careful and use that energy in a positive light. So healthy, let the emotions out, clear out the space. Hey, SH, so healthy. I'm not SH, I'm sorry. I'm making sure I didn't read your name wrong. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna give you a moderator screwdriver, May. Hold on, let me see. Give me May. I'm gonna give you a screwdriver. I'm gonna make you a moderator, May Rain. I'm gonna make you a moderator. I would make Sapphire Black a moderator because she I appreciate her donating, but she didn't. She already got a moderator screwdriver. She already on the team. I'm gonna make my boy moderator. My boy, Mr. Scorpion Stanger 93. And let me see, make sure I get everybody. Hey Mason, Denny, caught the live. I'm glad you made it to the live, Denny. Von Living. It's great to hear from other Scorpio males out here. I'm loving the chat and the message. Virgo. Oh, okay. Much love to the Virgo. They probably just shift through their emotions, reevaluate, evolve. They don't mean no harm by it. But as long I feel like I started improving so much, and when I just found a positive outlet, when I found something that I wanted to be a part of, and anytime I had something to pour my energy into, I was always excited. I was always happy. And I'm gonna say this: use that positive outlet because Scorpios are extremely passionate. We're very overcompulsive by nature. You know what I'm saying? We need to exercise and release. Because if not, we can overindulge in the wrong things as far as our temper, our rage. We can get into a lot of mischief if we don't use our energy wisely. If we don't display it in a positive light. So just be careful about that. Just be careful about that. I got you next round donations. I really appreciate it. Anybody that want to show me love, you can do so either through my PayPal link that I will post after the video, or either you can use that little $ icon at the bottom of the chat. But I really appreciate doing this as always. Doing chats with y'all. Y'all give me a second. I enjoy doing this. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna shoot for Sunday. I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow, but I'm gonna see how this video, how much love y'all show me on this video, whether I want to do it or not. Because I always want people to catch up. I don't want to ever drop so much stuff that people don't read what I'm saying because I'm going too fast. So y'all give me a second. I always enjoy doing these with y'all as always. A lot of times it took me so much, energy. It took me so much trial and error. And I used to always feel like, wow, like I feel like, damn, man, life is like a curse because it always, that's how I was feeling at times. But I realized all those extreme, things that were going on in my life, they meant something. Everything was for a purpose. Everything was for a particular reason in order to mold me, in order to change me, in order to make me mature, in order to make me balance myself out as far as spiritually and mentally. I had to grow, man. I had to go through trial and error. I had to grow up. And just don't think because I'm young, I'm the only one. It's a lot of mid 40s and 30s and 50s that still haven't grown up, that still aren't fully grown men. And I had to grow up, man. I had to grow up. Yeah. Y'all give me a second. I've really been enjoying this, and I think y'all can see my little thing better. This is my little somebody from Bulgaria sent me this, and I really appreciate it. They're very, very, very talented artists. I thank them for making that. They made it handmade it for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm meeting so many different energy. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm so energetic. That's why I'm so excited when I do the videos because my vibrations are very high. I do a lot of detox and I do a lot of fasting. So my vibration is that's why you be like, damn, God, body, you just have an apple. You are your dreads already getting long because it's that energy, that super moon energy, that high vibrational energy is hitting my spirit. It's affecting everything around me, making my skin clear. It's making my voice, hit y'all where y'all can understand me and where it connects. So I really enjoy that and I really love doing this with y'all. And hold on, give me a second. I love this. I love y'all as always. I enjoy doing this video. You know what I mean? All my homeboys, all my big dogs, Mr. TK, my boy Scorpio Stinger, my boy Dead True, my boy the Rollo Show, everybody, man. Thank you all the beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful ladies. Much love. All my dogs, be y'all pound, pound, what up, slap, 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 high five. All the ladies, kiss, kiss. I love y'all from all my heart. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please continue to support me, and I'll let y'all later. Y'all be safe. Don't drink and drive, and make sure you get an Uber. Don't drink and drive. Make sure you get an Uber or something. I know it's the weekend. I know how y'all cut up on the weekend, so y'all be careful. Y'all use your head. So I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Y'all be be honest. Be careful. Be intelligent. Be spiritual, and show love. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace out.